This is it. Leonard won the diddle. Time to start off. It is going to be, again, the format will follow the amount of losses that the player has. The least amount is the format being used. Race to 3 cricket is going to be how we start here.
So, actually, if Leonard wins this first one, they're tied.
Correct. They'll both have 1 loss, and it's just who wins the best of 3 and then who wins the last leg.
There you go. It's good to know.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where the first time you hear about it, you're like, what am I playing in? Who has what? How many losses is here? But after playing some all-star triples and playing out on the floor, they're playing a very similar style format. It's just they're also adding in a little bit of 0-1 while this is a cricket invitational that we're watching here. But otherwise, these players know what they're in for, and they're in for a lot of fireworks, a lot of dynamites, and some TNT as well.
So these guys could technically play 4 matches right now.
Yeah, in theory, that is the maximum number of matches because Jules loses twice, Gates loses once, and then they play a last leg decider. That would be
Come on, let's do it.
I would say that would be break the internet levels of darting action. Leonard Gates being very dominant on his 20s, playing very safe, very consistent. Jules here looking for a 9 mark. 9 mark will get him into a very interesting position where he can either close or go up in points.
He's looking up. And he hits the 9 mark. Boom goes the dynamite. Jules Van Dongen gets us started.
Look at Jules there. That was not a celebration that we've seen from him, and we've seen him celebrate quite a lot. That is pure ice. He knows just because he's in the seat does not mean he has an easy time.
Yeah, there's a long way to go. It's very early in this leg. First leg, race to 3, best 3 out of 5.
Well, return to sender, 9 mark right there for Leonard Gates. This is what we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen and darters.
So do you think that Jules was not celebrating because he knows Leonard is capable of doing that right back, or is it because Jules is now having to expect that he needs to hit 9s?
Because a 9 mark in leg 1 and a series we're going to play at least 2 matches if you're winning means not as much as the 9 marks will mean later on, and he knows he can't let that adrenaline start spiking too early. He is on equal footing. I would say these players are even kill in ability, average, and prowess. The difference is Gates has a lot more soft tip experience, and that might be a factor for Jules. He has to keep his nerves calm. He can't go celebrating too early. He has to save it for later when he actually has it fairly locked in or does a big upset when he's not supposed to.
I mean, you're seeing it. Leonard in control of the leg still, even with 3 wedges for Jules. Gonna try and get rid of one of those wedges. Goes back to points. 6.0 to a 5.8. 200-point lead.
Good to start there for Jules, as he does have some work to do to get that point advantage back, but he does have a fair amount of numbers there. You can look in there, family watching along there, Mike Carter watching along there, and a lot of people kind of anxiously saying who's going to get crowned the CSI champion of 2022.
Soldier makes that look real easy, gets a 7 mark. Point lead by far. Making Jules play a little chess. Oh, look at that. Step back.
Here's the thing with that shot there. It's a 105-point difference. Leonard Gates almost will never miss the 6 mark. Obstacle bull, though.
And get rid of the 16s and 15s.
The fact that he shot like that shows how confident he is, though. That is a very, I want to say it, cocky way to shoot that, because he didn't give himself an extra chance. Maybe that added pressure on himself is why he hits so well. But he's also used to jumping around the board every other dart.
Second one registered a 2, and that's in the bowl.
See if they realized. Yep, they realized it.
Yep, Jules
so they're going to adjust that real quick here. Dustin Holt bringing up a great point in chat. Jules has been sitting for a bit, so hope he has a little time to knock off the dust if there is any. I mean, that is a fair point. I mean, it was well over an hour ago.
Yeah, but listen, they're throwing a 6.25 and a 5.63. I think that the rest is not
right,
there.
But there is a little bit of like, does Gates feel fatigued from constantly playing? Does Jules feel like he may have lost focus because he hasn't been actively throwing?
I'm not seeing any fatigue.
Taking a look around the room there, you can see everyone's just staring. It is quiet. It is tense. No golf claps for this CSI.
One leg into it. Leonard Gates up 1-0.
The Milkman's in the chat saying bold move. Jules there with a little squat to hit that trip 20. Leonard Gates.
It works.
If he hits this next triple, is he looking up? Yeah, he is.
Nope.
No. His eyes are hard to follow. Looked like it was in, but just barely flighted out. Deceiving darts.
Look at that.
Jules going back up, I would imagine.
He went over. Interesting. Yeah, the viewing has definitely increased back there, that is for sure.
Leonard Gates doing work on those 19s. Hits a perfect round of 9 at a time where it matters most.
Early in the leg. Sorry.
Jules to answer right back potentially. Doesn't have the opportunity to. Does find those 18s though. Buying the insurance policy. Devin Hunter over there. You saw his interview earlier.
He's living on the edge of this match as well.
It's nice to see all the compatriots of the people that have played in this event today now sitting back there to see how it concludes. And I think a lot of them are having the same reaction right now. They're looking at each other and they're saying, oh, what would I have done?
My goodness. Big 9 mark there for Jules. As he got some cheers back there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the guy playing in his hometown. It's not very often that a $2 million tournament gets held in your backyard, is it?
Look at this. A 7-2-5, a 6-2-5. A 6-3 won the first leg. Buckle up, man. 1,100 people tuned in. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. We got arguably the 2 best in North America in soft tip darts going at it for at least a couple of matches.
And a beautiful 8 mark
20s.
there. You can see Virginia giving a nice little clap there as Leonard hits an 8 mark. That's very critical. Closes that 20 and expands his lead.
There goes the 18s and 17s. Jules climbing back into it, only down. Well, now it's a little bit more. Wow.
Even a little celebration there from Mr. Gates.
7.67. They are throwing haymakers left and right. Look at this.
Well,
What? That's an interesting strategy there, bud.
Well, and that's one of the factors. You know, people can kind of harp on Gates every now and again for making some interesting strategical decisions, but ooh,
He's getting a little fiery.
ooh, I love to see that.
There's a lot of money on the line, bud.
No, there is, but I mean, Gates is doing what he needs to do. Not just winning, but dominating in this leg against a player that's not playing bad, but playing excellent even. And if you're going to triple dip, you need that momentum, that energy the entire time.
How about a 7.30? 7.30 just won that leg, bud.
Imagine
Jules
throwing
about to
a
hit
5,
another gear as
7, 5
well.
and not even being close in the second half of that leg.
Going first.
Going first. Right now, Jules needs to keep doing what he's done before, though. He is not worried. He is maybe a little tense, but in the best possible sense. It's that match pressure that's keeping him motivated. He is calm and cool.
Mal tuning in at the right time from Australia says, good morning. Well, good morning. If you weren't awake before, you probably are now after seeing these darts from these players. Yeah, they're definitely cheering for both.
Yeah,
Jules
Mal,
finds those 19s.
Mal, good to see you here. You actually participated in the New Zealand and Australian World
Yeah.
Series events.
Oh, wow.
PDC player, played in a PDC couple of events there.
Leonard Gates doing what he needs to do, regaining the point lead, making a foothold, although this is Jules' leg to win at this point, being 2 numbers up and only less than a triple behind.
See where he goes on dart 2. Closes the 17. And then right back up. Does not hit it, though.
Well, that might be the difference maker, is that deflection for this leg of darts. Leonard Gates now has a very good opportunity.
Does he go look for it?
Of
Yep.
course he does.
Oh.
He loves the white horse.
Doesn't hit it, but adds 54 points. In front now of Jules Van Dongen.
Jules just going upstairs. He's going to be staying up there now.
No, he moved down to the 15s.
Interesting decision to do so. There's nothing wrong with that, but I do think that single 15 isn't going to do anything now, and that single 18 would have added a few more points that Leonard needed to hit.
You're seeing just a gear change that really no one else has in their wheel basket besides maybe 1 or 2 players like Leonard Gates. He's averaged well above a 6. Well above a 6 these last couple legs.
You can hear from Gates. He is in killer instinct mode. He is seeing red
Go
and
the 20s,
throwing
18s.
triples.
Goodbye. Wow.
You could hear that from here. I'm surprised our mics didn't pick that up. That was a huge celebration from the soldier there.
Yeah, we thought we were loud back here. We can hear the roars from back here that he's throwing out at us.
Now, Gates looking to wrap this leg up in near perfection.
He did a little no-look on the last dart. Did you see that? He's about to tie this thing up with Jules 1-1.
Jules' last leg throwing in the 5-7s. This leg a little less, but he's playing great darts. It's just Gates is doing great. If he wins this, he wins the first set, giving Jules his first loss of this tournament. Match loss, I should say.
Well, 1 ball away.
Jules does not have winning darts in hands. Does close the distance.
Yeah, not going to get the point lead, though. And that was good to point out that he did not have winning darts in his hand. Just in case. But Leonard does take out that. He wins it 3-0.
So now let's look at what we have to do from here. It's 1 loss for each player. So we're going to go with the player with the least amount of losses, meaning they're going to go to a best-of-3 format now.
Yep, so it is a race to 2.
So since that is also Jules' first loss, it's going to be best-of-3 cricket. No matter what happens after that, it's going to be another best-of-3
Yep.
cricket. And then a last leg decider, potentially another one if needed.
So in a weird kind of format, we could actually have this thing where it does not go a race of 1.
That is possible. That is possible. In fact, as likely as these players do not want to just bend over and say, I'm done, take a knee. No, they are fighting. They are throwing. It is time for these players to diddle again. They're going to recompose. They're taking a brief look at the bracket to make sure they're setting it up properly. We'll make sure to get a staff member over to oversee. But I think they know and they're ready to go. Diddle first.
That's a pretty good mark.
But it's also a good spot for Leonard to take advantage of.
Yep, anything in the black will do, and there it is.
Resting right on top of it.
So Soldier will start off this match as well. You said Jules all the way, no doubt whatsoever. How about now?
Not going to change my pick halfway through. That is just bad voodoo for everybody involved there. Right now, I truly do believe that Jules has the ability. He just needs to stay calm, and he's not throwing off. I think Gates is motivated, and we just need to see for Jules if Gates is going to falter. If Gates isn't going to falter, I don't think anybody can stop him.
You can see all the people that are wanting to see this in person. This is one of those matches, one of those matchups that, you know, you talk about for months after this. I was there for that Gates Van Dongen match. Did you see that? Man, I quit darts for a good month and a half after that. There's no way we could do that.
Look at that. It's almost like they're friends. They are,
Oh, for sure.
but not when they're playing against each other. This is going to be another best of 3 now. Men's CSI Finals, $10,000 for first place, $1,000 for second. No matter what happens in this best of 3, we're going to have another best of 3 after, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm glad that Elliot Milk called you out on that earlier. I didn't want to, but... Matt says, only me that doesn't get this format? Question mark. Here's what you need to know right now. Just best of 3. This to set up who's going to be 1 loss away.
Exactly.
Soldier starting where he left off. A white horse. Boom goes the dynamite. Leonard Gates.
It's hard to deny that the momentum is going any other direction
Clearly.
except in Leonard's favor.
Clearly in Soldier's favor right now. Jules isn't even really shooting ideal shots at the moment. He's trying to get anything
I
going.
think he's a little razzled right now, and as anybody would be. Wait, is Gates human?
No, he just reluctantly shot at the triple 20 instead of closing out the 16s like he wanted to.
Jules trying to string something together right now, but there's a lot of frustration in him. Let's see what Gates is going to do from here. Starts at the bull, falls a little short, but getting some bonus points there.
Yeah. Falling out into some points. The last start was at the 16.
But notice,
Didn't get it.
Notice this though, maybe not for this leg, but the fact that, and you can see even Jules is kind of residing this leg as well. I think he's just throwing around. But this is a very pivotal thing to notice. Leonard Gates, the last 2 legs was kind of just not what we've seen the last several. So does this mean there's a turning in the tides? Does this mean that Jules is able to focus up?
I don't know what's going on here in this leg. It seems like Jules is just not really caring about giving himself even a chance to win the leg. It's kind of a weird strategy. He has the point lead now, but with how weird he played it, it's still very difficult for him. Soldier's only throwing a 4-6. I really think Jules gave up on the leg too early.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that, but at this point, whatever can get him in the right mindset is what he needs to do, whether it's just throwing different numbers, seeing the board light up, whatever it may be. He obviously is not the same Jules that we've been watching earlier.
Well, he closes the bowl, gets 50 points at it, but not going to be enough. 1 bowl from taking the lead. 1-0 in this one. He's won 4 straight off of Jules Van Dongen. Not too many people have done that.
All right, that's an insane sentence to say out loud. I mean, absolutely ludicrous. People here are really curious to see how this pans out. Jules knows he needs to start waking up, or else he's going to find himself at the disadvantage.
Well, the king seed advantage is completely erased now.
Well, right now they're even keel, but now he's. I guess this is the first time you could say he's been down the entire CSI. He's down a leg in a evened out scenario.
Well, I'm still expecting to see a little fight back. There's no way that it doesn't happen. With Jules in that last leg, like I said, he threw a weird strategy, which is what cost him. His darts were actually good, though.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Jules is just the man of the people. He's trying to add some drama and intensity for the rest of us.
Well, that's darn nice of him. But I don't think you can take away from what Soldier's done to get into this position. He's earned it. The averages have been insane. And they continue.
Would you ever expect him to stop?
No.
Jules here. Does find those 20s. He should be staying there.
Soldier's going to have to stay there the whole time. Gets the point lead back, but my goodness. Let's talk this through. Jules, again, from Parkville, Missouri, about 10 minutes away from here. Only been playing darts really seriously for a little bit over 2 years now. Already a PDC card holder. And has been playing at the top competition level forever. Or at least since he kind of got serious about darts. Soldier, on the other hand, 50 in his 50s.
You couldn't tell by his looks. Let's be
No,
honest.
not at all. But he's been around darts at the top of the game for so long, so many years. It is interesting to see this. You see a let's go from Jordan Meyer, the laughing assassin, giving it for his friend there.
But I mean, you're shaping up to be exactly right. The Leonard Gates has been known for at least the last 10 years almost as one of the best, if not the best, dart player in North America. I mean, there's other names that you can throw on that list as well, but I mean, Leonard Gates has always been in that conversation. And Jules, the new guy on the scene, playing with something to prove and showing how fast a player can come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the best possible sense, but he came out of the woodwork.
Yeah, he's really making unrealistic expectations for everyone else who's just now getting into darts. This game is not this easy to get this good at or to be at this top level. It takes a lot of natural skill for him to get to this point, but also a lot of hard work and dedication to wanting to be the best.
Well, I mean, both of these players, I would say, are front runners for people that have a chance to say that they're the best in their sport. And just a question of when in the career that comes along here. Right now, they're going to see at the tournament champions which one is going to be the cricket singles invitational champion. Which is basically this is the biggest singles event here, other than obviously the women's equivalent, the women's CSI.
Well, here you go. Jules, 3 bulls away from really stopping the rout. There it goes. There's
The audience
some loud,
gets nice and
Jordan
rowdy
Meyer
with
in the
it.
background. Yelling out that one. 5.87 for Jules, 1-1. A little last leg decider to see who is going to have the advantage going to the next race to 2.
Would you wager to say that this is probably the most important leg here? Because of the fact that now after this, they just need to either win the next best of 3, or they gives themselves an extra chance. And now that they're tied up, they're looking for an advantage.
Look at that. He did. He got in the middle hole.
Oh my goodness!
He got it in the middle hole. And Jules is like, you got to be kidding me.
He even left it off.
Look
You have
at
to.
that. They're laughing at it. It's because it is so ridiculous.
The level of talent, the level of skill, the level of determination, and everything else. It's time to see what happens. Who's going to take the advantage in this long series that we're seeing? Leonard, to start off.
And he's going to start off perfect.
You can hear that roar as he is saying, let's go. It's time for some darting action. Jules, what you got for him?
Answers with the 5 mark. Not good enough right this second.
5 is not good enough at all. Leonard Gates going to keep going to work here as he starts jumping around the board. But I really think that this is his wheelhouse, and it's looking really good for him to take this right here and give himself the advantage going into the next match.
Yeah, Jules almost can't miss anymore, and a 4 mark does nothing. Especially when you keep hitting trip 20s, like Soldier's doing.
It's one
I
of those
don't
things
like. I don't know if I like the skip around. It's almost like, here, let me throw you a little bit of a chance.
But it's okay because right now Jules is taking the bait. Yes, getting that close is fine, but also he needs to be establishing his own point dominance. That was actually the best case scenario for him there, was hitting a 7 mark in that way. But otherwise, I think that honestly, Leonard's been laying little traps, little landmines, little bunker busters, and Jules constantly has been stepping on them.
There they go. 173 points is the advantage.
Look at this play from Leonard. It does show that there is an experience difference in soft tip cricket specifically. There's not a difference in ability or skill here. I think they are very much near identical in quality of players, but that's what matters right now, is the experience. Who is going to have the better strategy? Who is going to outplay the other? This is 4D chess.
Yeah, look, Soldier's going back there to do that just to make sure he knows where he's at. A lot of players would just wait until after that last dart, but hits the double bull too to point again. This is throwing a 6.2 in this last leg decider, man. A 5-5 is having no shot at this.
And this shows how important winning the diddle is. But right now, Jules is just getting outclassed. I mean, that is a great 9 mark, but it's not enough because, again, Leonard kind of made Jules go into a corner and have to respond in ways where he had to ask questions and he was getting the wrong answers. Now,
6.53. Last leg decider just beat a 6.2. Buddy.
Let's explain what's going to happen next. Now, in this triple elimination tournament, we have Jules, who has now had 2 losses. Leonard, who has only had 1. Therefore, it follows the format of the person with the least amount of losses. They're going to play another best of 3 here. If Gates wins it, it is over. If Jules win it, it will go down to a sudden death, last chance deciding leg. Kayla there clarifying with the players. That is Kayla, the immortal from the PPD staff. Everyone in chat, please let us know what's going to happen. What do you think's going to happen? Where are you? Where are we? What is? I don't even know what's real. Is this real life? Is this fantasy?
Look, you can see Kayla Spurgeon there, just watching along, making sure everything is the way that it should be, which it is. And you can see there's confusion with the players. I'm happy that you're here, bud, or else I'd be so confused.
As someone that has gotten triple dipped, has done triple dipped, and done some double dipping and lost on the triple, I have been there. Granted, Division 4, 5, not no cap, not singles, nothing like that, but it is a little complicated because triple elimination bracket's very uncommon to see.
Just a statement there. It looks like even the players are making sure they're correct.
And, I mean, with this much money on the line, I would want to have absolute certainty. A $9,000 difference, a $10,000 payday. Diddle to decide who goes first. Ooh, caught it, but I think Jules finally got this diddle.
Yeah, that's Jules. Yep.
Jules needs to win this best of 3. And honestly, even if you're cheering for Leonard Gates or Jules, we all kind of want to see a last leg decider because who wants this to be over? So right now, Jules needs to make a stand. Leonard Gates needs to keep charging through. If Leonard Gates wins, it is over. If Jules wins, we go one more.
Chris from Belgium said, Belgium watching. Great to see this cricket format. That's awesome.
Happy to hear.
All right, here we go. Leonard Gates wins this race to 2. He is the champion of the CSI. Jules wins. We go to a sudden death, 1 leg for it all of cricket. I want it.
Well, these guys want it too. They want some great darts. They want some great explosions. And this is going to be a question of, will Jules continue to falter? Will Gates continue to dominate? Will the tables turn? It's hard to know.
it's hard not to. Our job is typically pretty easy. It's hard right now to sit here and talk. 'Cause I just want to watch this. You know what I'm saying?
Eyes are glued to the screen for me as well, buddy.
There's a 9 mark from Soldier. Gets it started. You can see there's almost like a nervous energy from a lot of the room that's rooting for Jules.
Well, I mean, Jules wants this really bad, and I mean, he's playing so close to where he lives right now, and Leonard Gates on the other end here, just playing so dominating. It's almost scary to watch
Look at
darts
this.
this determined.
Oh, it's shocking right now to see Leonard miss a dart into a single. That's how perfect he is playing.
What will it take to fire up Jules Van Dongen? The Dutch Dragon is only spewing steam. Steve Hilger nails it right on the head. A great thing about the experience at this level of pressure and competition. Oh,
What a big 8 mark from Soldier. He continues to just impress. Darts is not this. It's not this easy.
Steve Hilger saying a great thing about the experience at this level of pressure and competition that Jules is gaining. True example of you never lose, you either win or learn. And that's exactly what's going to be happening here. It's not just that Gates is dominating, but he is also the bull misregistering again. But it is showing right now that that there's a little bit of a experience difference here that's coming into play. It's still best of 3. It is not over, and Jules needs to remind himself of that. He needs to get that fire back in.
Oh, he's doing everything he's can. 7-2 is just hard to beat. I don't care who you are.
Well, Leonard Gates doesn't care what anybody is right now except him, his darts, and the board. That's all he is thinking about.
Well, he is 1 leg away from the title. Is Leonard Gates a 6.83? So you asked the question earlier, what is it going to take for Jules to pull this out? A 7+ right now is what it's looking like. That might not be the case. He might need less than that, but he's thinking that, which is going to cause him to press a little bit.
Well, let's see. We're so close to the finish line. Jules needs to mount some form of response, or else it will be Leonard Gates doing a triple dip. Who could have saw this coming?
I mean, this is crazy. Goes back up, points again, but again, just a couple of wasted darts that you just cannot do against Soldier. Not right now, because he comes back with this. Only a 5.
I do agree with Lisa here. Jules is just overthinking right now. I mean, the pressure, the intensity, the eyes on him, the family in the background, and the stream going. There's so many people seeing which way this goes. I understand where he's coming from. I don't think it's even that he's making that many strategy errors and intentionally. It's rather just, hey, I can't focus right now. My head's going a million different places, and all I'm trying to do is throw the dart forward.
Oh, Soldier. Trying to just shut the door again. Gets another 7 mark on the board. Jules now going to look down at the 19s. There they go.
Needs to go back up.
And he hits it. There's a nice 8 mark from Jules. It's been a while since we've seen some of those big pours at the right time.
Leonard Gates has been lethal on those 18s as he does switch to them all the time. You can hear roars left and right, left and right. That's a good marker for Jules.
It was a great marker for those 18s. He will go back to the 20s on dart 3. Jules is playing a lead and close strategy. I just don't think it's been one that's lasted against Soldier so far.
I mean, it's hard when not only is the strategy difference apparent, but the averages. I mean, it's not that Jules has really played back. I think only one of these legs has really been what I would consider a not a good leg at this level. The rest have all been equivocal to what I would expect in the CSI. Difference is strategy and the fact that Gates is clearly on a mission.
Well, look at this. Gates, that's the difference. Soldier's doing that and hitting it. Jules has been trying it and not hitting that third dart. And now he feeds right into Gates again.
Well, Leonard Gates, if he takes this here, he is able to say that he is the CSI champion.
Oh, a 7 mark would have tied it.
It's not over yet. Jules needs 3 bulls.
And he can hit a lot of 15s.
15s are gone.
15s. Wow. Let's play another one. Are we playing 1 more leg or 2 more legs, bud?
Oh, we're about to find out right now. Jules needs to win this. They're going to diddle to see who gets this. If Jules wins this, they are going to go to a sudden death tiebreaker. If Leonard wins this, it is all over. First place, $10,000. Second place, $1,000.
Yeah, there's a $9,000 difference on the line here, too.
And that's how the math checks out.
Let's do this. It looks like it's going to be Jules.
Sean,
Yep.
Sean, we've been watching this bracket all day. We've been seeing all this action unfold right in front of us. We've been talking with the players since 9 a.m. 8:45 even is when we all met up with them.
Yes, it's raised my expectations. And here's why. When you're in this type of scenario, the triple dip, you're in the middle of it, you're living this with the players, this is more exciting than I could have ever imagined. And I was pretty sure that was going to be your question, right?
Yeah, you read my mind.
Good.
It's time to see what happens.
Tyler wanted to know about the diddle, just the closest to the center hole of the bullseye. The player that was closest there got to go first, or gets to go first in the leg. You kind of have to earn it. Here we go.
Starting off at those 20s and starting off well he is. And there we go, a 7 mark from Jules Van Dongen. And now we're really here. We're ready. The room is getting so tense. You can feel it. It's like a chill in the air.
The way that both of these players perform with their backs against the wall, it just speaks volumes to the level of professionalism that we're watching on screen here.
And the fact that these, I mean, anybody in the CSI, I would say that this applies to, but especially these guys, they're professionals.
Oh, yeah.
Almost 1,500 people in here right now. I can't tell you how this unfolds. I don't see the future, and I don't even know if these guys can tell you, because they both see themselves winning this.
Yeah, they do. They both expect to right now.
Low
causing me
for
to choke
Jules
up.
there. Does go for early close. He needs to go back up if he's taking the gamble.
Hits it.
The bet is cashed.
These are where 2 or 3 darts are going to be the important darts in the entire leg. That was the first. Was Jules look at the 20s there?
Now, if we're talking textbook strategy, he needs to stay on the 20s, hit at least the 4 mark before he can consider anything else.
He's going to go now. Yep. Might stay. No, he goes back. All right, smart darts.
That's exactly what happened. He had to hit a 4 mark. Now, different order.
This is where soldiers hit every time.
Needs to follow it. That he does. Looks at the 18s again.
7 mark. My goodness.
Oh no, it kind of drooped
bit
a
of a
little
hanger.
bit. Yeah. Push out of the way, make room for that last one.
And it hit the last one. Oh, who is going to throw the first big round?
Leonard Gates, 3 attempts at the 18. All 3 first dart was low, and then second dart in. He's consistent on those 18s right now, but that's an opportunity for Jules.
Oh, yeah, this is a huge opportunity for Jules. There's the point lead.
18 seem to go.
Yep, there they go. Back to
Points
the 20s.
seem to grow.
Big 8 mark. Big 8 mark. They're both throwing a 6.0, bud.
I'm at a loss.
How?
I'm at a loss right now. This is true sports right here. I don't know what is going on except the fact that these guys are competing.
There go the 17s.
This
Goes
is
back to the
Jules we've been
20s.
talking about. Welcome back.
And there he goes. Only adds 20 points or 40 points to his total, but still gets it accomplished. Back-to-back 9s.
It doesn't even matter how many points that added. That was the confidence. That was the celebration. That was the intensity that we've seen out of him up until this point, and I expected to see out of him again.
The level's been raised.
He needs to finish strong here.
15s. Goodbye. Wow.
Can you
Are you
imagine?
not entertained, everybody?
Can
My
you
goodness.
imagine? This is how this is panning out. Leonard Gates, after winning 4 straight legs against Jules, all of a sudden, we're here. If Jules wins this leg, which it looks like he will, they're going to play one last game of cricket. That's it. We're in sudden death, everybody. Jules Van Dongen, Leonard Gates, the Dragon, the Soldier, the fans, the TOC, the darts. It's all here, everybody.
It's what we wanted, what we needed, what everyone has earned and deserved. A last leg decider for the CSI final. $9,000 on the line in one leg of darts.
They're playing the
Maybe
maximum,
one diddle.
the maximum number of darts that you can see in a triple final, other than a couple of more legs. This is crazy. This is intense.
That is not what Jules wanted to see, but it does not get done. Leonard Gates will go first. Last leg of the entire tournament. Right here, right now. Sean Green, Nick Dichiria, Will Stuart, USA Darts, Partners Promoting Darts, live at TOC 2022. Let's finish this thing out. What a final it's been. What a final it's going to be. This is one of those ones that's going to be talked about for a while. But
If we wrote this down in advance and said, this is what's going to happen, no one would believe us. I wouldn't believe us. This is something legendary. This is something that only champions are capable of. Let's see who gets crowned the men's CSI champion, sitting along in the throne with Chrissy Grimmel, the women's CSI champion.
who do you got, guys? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments. Hit that share button. Let everyone know. Here we go.
Time to see what the Soldier has in store.
4-mark open is not good. Not bad. Not devastating, but not good.
Jules here needs the answer.
He'll stay there the whole time. Nope, he's looking up, isn't he? He sure did look up.
Wow. What a time to gamble and what a time to cash in on it.
He needs to hit those. I'm telling you, he's making it more difficult on himself with his strategy choices, as Leonard Gates knows how to play this game. Points win the game.
No hesitation in his eyes. He was looking at those 18s and nothing was going to change that stride.
Now Jules cannot leave the 19s.
That is not what he needed there. Leonard Gates has an amazing opportunity. A door has been left wide open. The security is turned off. But he's not choosing to capitalize. I would say that's an error
It's a
right
miss,
back.
yeah.
That's an error right back.
That's a mistake matched with a mistake.
Regaining focus. There's Jules.
Making him pay for the mistake.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a way to hand it back. A beautiful 9-mark. And just once for the last game here, I just want to say, boom goes the dynamite.
I mean, what is going on, bud? It's killing me. This whole thing is killing me.
You're killing me, Smalls. Jules here. Good position. Again, that's a little tough block. He needs to get through it.
Not going to.
Now, the opportunity's back for Gates. That's a smart switch. That one I like a lot. All right. Gates needs to take away some numbers, needs to get some points of his own. Let's see how he decides to handle this. The pressure is mounting.
Sorry, guys. Yep, that's a blocker there on Soldier, and he only gets a 1 mark. It's now, and Jules knows it's now. Did you see him?
Yes, he knows. I mean, you're not going to get another chance like that. This is it. There's no more darts left. This is the final leg. There's no more left.
Another 17 is a pretty good advantage, and it goes to Jules Van Dongen.
It's not quite over,
Gates
but
needs a
it's
9.
looking scary for Mr. Gates.
9 mark and 9 mark alone. Not going to get it. Not going to get it.
Now Jules needs to finish the job here. You know, it sounds simple, just hitting 315s, but it matters more than ever to stay focused.
Oh, my gosh.
It matters more than ever.
Oh, he missed it. What a dart. You called it, bud. It's easier said than done. And
we can see a white horse. We can see a white horse
$9,000
right now.
speaks to you.
Oh, my goodness.
He let out such a grunt there that we could hear it back here.
I feel like I'm going to be sick watching this.
Taking his time, but he's only got 20 seconds.
Oh, my. I don't know who's more nervous, me or the players right now watching this. Not sure what's going to happen
Wow.
next. Is Leonard Gates going to have only a 1 mark in response? That's so uncharacteristic. What is happening?
What's happening is $10,000 versus $1,000, bud.
That's the pressure mounting here. Jules needs to get that single, get it out of there. He's played with it too long.
Point.
22 point difference. Does not add a bull here.
See what a Soldier can do. He keeps throwing blockers to himself. That was an awesome dart. I don't know how it got through to hit a bull. It did. But Jules Van Dongen, 3 bowls away if he wants to choose to go that route. He is going that route.
He needs to hit it.
One more.
Hit it.
There's your championship. Jules Van Dongen. And Soldier, utmost respect for him as he just stands there, lets him know, hey, great darts. Wow.
Well, that's the CSI. Let's go out there, have a chat with the players real quick. All right. Well, it looks like we are back here. My name's Nick Dichiria, joined by none other than the CSI champion, Jules Van Dongen. Congratulations on your win. How does it feel? Did you want to add all that suspense? What was going through your mind?
I mean, Leonard, in the beginning, he was unplayable. I felt flat. I started just not hitting, and he was just hitting everything. In the back of my mind, I'm like, just keep going at it. You know, we go 1-1, I think, in the loser's side. I'm battling at this point, and then the last leg shootout. You know, the cork is on the left, and I know it's like a perfect lay for him. He hits a cork. Then he opens with a 4 mark, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And that last leg was just a roller coaster. It's, you know, I don't know. It's probably the nerviest dart I've ever had. Like, you know, there's a lot of money on the line. There's pride on the line. There's a trophy on the line. There's a lot on the line. It was difficult.
Well, speaking of the trophy, I think it's time the champion holds his trophy here. Give a wave to the fans. We had 1,500 people watching you get crowned worth $10,000. Jules Van Dongen, everybody. Now, I just wanted to ask you as well, at the start of the series there, I mean, we saw a very calm version of you that very quickly turned into Leonard Gates dominating, as you mentioned. I mean, he came in with everything he had for you. But do you think the fact that you're kind of like the hometown hero here, you're 10 minutes from your house, that was one of your driving factors in today's win?
It's hard to say. I noticed I had a lot of support back there, but I put earplugs in, so I don't hear a whole lot, but I noticed the support in the back, and obviously I feel like it's always Leonard and I in the final, and I respect him a lot for his talent. He's a phenomenal shot. You know, it's like every time there's Leonard, you know, like never takes a day off. So it's yeah, it's very impressive what he does. But I'm glad that today it was me, and especially in my hometown. Amazing feeling, good confidence. It's a confidence booster going back into the PDC. It's it's been a great event so far. I'm 3-on-3, so tonight me and Mike are going to take 4-on-4. So.
I like to hear it, and I mean, many people saw this as the finals coming up. No one could have saw how it unfolded, though, the drama, the intensity. But the main question Chad had for you, what was the main song you were listening to on your headphones? Can you give us a little sample of your playlist here?
It's a little bit of Frenchcore, hardcore. It's going to hurt a lot of eardrums, I think. I don't think the United States people are ready for that kind of music. It's very, very European.
Well, then, finally, $10,000 in your pocket amongst the other events still ahead. What are you going to use that prize money for, Jules?
Go buy a new car. No, I'm not buying a new car. No, that's a joke. Towards travel, you know, it's pretty tough. Being on my own for going out on the PDC, it's quite expensive and quite a venture. So, yeah, we'll put that towards travel money, 100%.
Well, you did a monumental run. Thousands of people watching along. I'm Nick Dichiria. We're happy to announce you as the CSI champion, Jules.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, come on, hug it out. Hug it out.